This is Ehlke here. Today I'm working with Ella, who is 6. And Ella is super excited because today we made Hermione Granger from, of course, the very loved books and movies, Harry Potter. Yes.
I lost this tooth.
And Ella lost a tooth and is excited to share it with you. Of course, everyone would love to see. Yes. All right, let's show them our pictures. Yes. We have Hermione Granger. Portrait time. If you want to try to do Hermione Granger the same way that we did, take a look, try it out, and follow along and see if yours turns out as awesome as Ella's. Yes? Yes, and Ella's excited to go read some more Harry Potter. She just started the second book.
Let's go read it.
Let's go do it. Have fun, guys. All right, to start off our Hermione drawing, we are going to make kind of a V shape for the bottom of her face. It's going to start almost in the middle of our picture. So watch what I do first here. I'm going to go down to her chin, go across, and then up like that. Okay? So we're making like the bottom of her face. So go down to her chin and then back up. Yep. Next, I'm going to give her some bangs. So I'm going to go like this and add just some real thin bangs first. We can always make them thicker. But I want to just draw some lines like this to show that she's got some bangs. Yep. Then I'm going to make some lines that go just a little bit down for her neck, and then they'll cross like this to make the collar of her shirt. And I'm going to make the top part of her collar like this. I'm going to make a little slanted line on the sides of her collar. Yep. And then I'm going to connect them down like that to point. Good. Now she's got a tie on because she's wearing her uniform. So I have just little slanted lines that are going to connect like that for the top of her tie. And then it's going to go down just a little bit, and then her sweater is going to run into it in a second. So her sweater is going to come down to a point and then go back up like that to the sides of her collar. And I'm going to add another line that goes down and ends up at a point for her sweater. And that's okay if you go off the bottom of the page. And then I'm just going to put kind of where her shoulders are like that. And the reason I wanted to do all of this is because we want to do her hair next, but her hair is going to be kind of behind her shoulders. So I wanted to make sure that her shoulders were there. All right, time to give her some hair. So the hair is going to start above her bangs, and it's going to be kind of wavy on the sides like this. So I'm going to go out above her bangs and then give her kind of a wavy hair on the sides. And you can add a couple of wavy lines like that to show that she's got a little bit of curl. This is when Hermione was younger. It's in one of the first books and the first movie, so she's still got some real wavy, curly hair. All right, time to give her a face, huh? She wouldn't look like Hermione unless she had a nice face. So I'm going to start with her eyes, and whenever I make eyes, I do them right in the middle of the head. So I'm going to try to find about halfway down. It should be pretty much right under where her bangs are. And I'm going to draw a curved line for the top part of her eyes. And then
looks like she's closing her eyes.
It does. That's why we're going to go ahead and draw the bottom of her eyes as well. I'm also going to make her eyelids by just adding an extra line like that. Now I'm going to give her some eyeballs by drawing kind of circles inside of her eyes like this. They kind of touch the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to make black section inside, but I'm going to leave a little bit of white so it looks like she's got kind of a highlight inside of her eye.
This?
Yep, kind of like a horseshoe, and then just kind of keep coloring like that. All right, now she needs a nose. So the bottom of her nose is usually about halfway from her eyes to her chin. So I'm going to pick a spot that's like right in the middle, and I'm going to make just a real little like U shape like that for where her nose is going to stop. Yep. And then I'm going to make another U shape on either side like this. I'm keeping them kind of small. She has kind of a small nose. Yep. I'm going to curve the outside ones up a little bit like that. And then I'm going to just add a little line like that on one side. Yep.
Other side?
Yep. Her mouth is going to be kind of a little smile. So it's going to be a straight line across the middle and then a little bit up on either side like that. I always start with the center line of the mouth and then I add the lips around it. So for the lips, I'm going to go down and then back up to kind of curve with the lines, the lips. So go ahead and curve down and then back up like that. And then for the top lip, I'm going to start, and it's going to have two little bumps in it. 1, 2, and then it's going to curve over like that. Now she's still missing her eyebrows, and they're kind of mixed in with her bangs, but they're still an important part. So I'm going to go ahead and draw her eyebrows in right over her eyes, and it's okay if the bangs are kind of in the same spot as her eyebrows. So I'm going to throw those in like that. And then I'm just going to put a little line, real light, under her eyes like that. The last thing I'm going to make are the lines that connect her nose to kind of the side of her mouth when she smiles. So I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of an indication there too. And then it's time to color. I'm going to start with a skin color and just go ahead and color her face. You can even go over her lips too, and her neck, all that with kind of a skin tone color. I am going to go around the eyes. Yep. I do not want the eyes to be this color. Notice I'm going up into the bangs too, because some of the bangs won't cover her entire head. Then I'm going to switch to a brown, and I'm using a light brown, and I'm going to use this to add a little bit of shading on the face, and then I'm also going to use this to start with her hair too. So find a light shade of brown. Yep, that one looks good. And I'm going to add a little bit of shading right under where her eyebrows are, and like right along the top part of her eyes. But I'm going to stop when I get to where the nose would be. So I'm just doing it kind of right above where her eyes are. Yep. I want to make that a little bit darker, add a little bit of shadow. And I'll do a little bit under her eyes too. And then I'll do the same thing on her neck, because her neck is kind of hiding under her chin. So I want to darken that too.
Here?
Mm-hmm. Then we're going to go into her hair, and she definitely has lots of brown in her hair. So I'm going to push a lot harder with the brown. That's okay. And I can start kind of filling in some of those bangs with some brown. Sure. You can see I'm trying to use brush strokes. I'm not painting. See, I'm trying to use lines in the same way that her hair grows. Yep. So I'm trying to keep it the same direction. Give her some nice brown bangs. And if it seems to be a little bit too dark, you can always go in and add kind of like a golden color. Sometimes she has a little bit of gold showing in her hair, but I don't know, it's pretty dark usually, so I think I'm going to keep it mainly brown. We'll do the same thing on the side of her hair, so I'm just going to start at the top, and I want to make sure to color all the way down the side of her hair as well. And I'm using just kind of a light pressure on my colored pencil. You can always go in and push a little bit harder if you want to get a little bit more dark in areas. I especially like to get a little bit darker right by where her face is. Usually hair is a little bit darker, and it also helps kind of frame her face. And then some of these curls, I might go a little bit darker next to those as well. So I push darker right next to her face, and then the rest of it's just pretty light.
Hands hurting.
This is exhausting, huh? It's hard to color so much.
Finally.
Did you get all her hair? Did you add some darker areas too? Now while we have this brown, we can also color in her eyebrows, and then she's got brown eyes, and actually I'm going to even switch to a darker brown if I can find one, because her eyes are pretty dark. So I've got like a chocolate brown that I'm going to use. Do you have any dark browns over there, or do you need to borrow one? All right, I'll let you use mine for sure. So now her eyes are really dark brown.
My hands hurt so badly.
Oh my goodness, all this art, huh? Makes your arms tired. When painting lips that don't have lots of lipstick on them, I try to use kind of a brown shade too on lips. Either a light brown mixed with some pink usually works. So if you've got your light brown, you could color her lips and then add a little bit of pink on top of that.
I need to sharpen this though.
And then here, you can use my light brown. Use my light brown and color on her lips, just real light. And then you can add a little bit of pink on top of that, because she doesn't wear lots of lipstick or anything. So we just want her lips to be kind of more natural looking. Yep, and then add a little pink. Here you go. And then don't forget to color the eyebrows brown too. Can't forget those. Now I did notice one thing that I forgot to draw when drawing Hermione was her tie actually has stripes on it. So I'm going to use my marker again and then just make a couple diagonal lines on her tie like that. Do you want to add lines to your tie too?
I need eyebrows.
Oh, don't forget your eyebrows. And then here's a marker. You can add some lines to your tie. And because Hermione's in Gryffindor, of course we're going to give her tie some Gryffindor colors. So I'm going to start with some gold, and then I'm going to add the maroon or the burgundy color stripes.
How do you,
So
where's that color?
here's a gold, and then a dark red. Let's see if this one works. Oh, that's pretty light. I think I need something darker.
Just push hard on one of them.
Just press hard with my red. Or you can mix red and purple or red and brown. Might have to do that because this red's really bright. So I'm going to use that, and then maybe I'll put some brown on top of it and make it look a little bit darker.
Okay. Can you have
Sometimes
the
that works.
red that you used?
You don't have any red on yours? What about that red right there? There you go. Try that. All right.
Wait for me.
Let's see. You mean you don't want me to just plow through?
Yeah.
Go super, super fast?
No, I don't know what to do. Like, what do you do again?
Say, slow down, Mom.
Slow down. Slow down. Slow down.
All right.
Slow down.
Her vest or her sweater also has the colors of Gryffindor on the collar. So I'm starting with the red, and then I'm going to use that gold again too. I'm doing it now so that you can use the colors when I'm done with them, huh?
So where's the red?
So use a red. Didn't you just have one?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And then do it right by the collar. And then I'm going to add some gold by the collar too. Since she's Gryffindor, she needs to have her Gryffindor colors. And then her sweater is actually gray, so it's a neutral color. Yep. And so I've got a gray. I'll use that. Ooh, you have a gray too. So we'll just use that to color in her sweater. See if you can find your gray. It's way up there on the top of your set. You see it? See your gray? And so we're just going to use that to color in some of her sweater.
A lot in our sweater, actually.
Yeah. Depends on how much sweater you have showing. Now my gray is pretty warm color, so I might even add a little bit of blue to my gray too, to kind of cool it down a little bit.
Do I need any blue?
It's up to you. I'm going to add a little bit of blueberry blue, just a little bit, to my sweater. Just to mix some colors. And then, I'm pretty sure we've got a masterpiece.
I'm adding shading.
Oh, and some shading. You're fancy, Ella. Ella just got to see the first Harry Potter movie and she loved it and is so excited to read the books. We have a rule in our house. You have to read the books first and then you can see the movies. So the girls have read the first book, but they still have to
The second book.
do all the rest of them. All right. Well, there you have it. Hermione Granger. Looking awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel down below.
Hit that button.